All right. Hi, you guys. Today is Friday, October 14th. And yes, no income, no income. So we still got a budget though, because now at this point, even though we don't have any income, we know we have to take money from our savings to help cover the bills. So this is where my budgeting comes into play. So looking at this here, we have $55 for our internet. Our Discover credit card is $53. And just so you guys are aware, my credit cards get paid off every month. I do not carry a balance on my credit cards. So they get paid off every month. I no longer am in. I'm the only consumer debt I have is the car payment. So I just wanted to let you guys know I still utilize my credit cards because for me, I feel like it's good for my credit. My credit score is at 816. FICO score is at what, 828 or something. I'll show you guys, but yeah. Donations will be $25. Insurance, which is for 2 cars, as well as renter's insurance, that's $138. The car payment is $246. My Richmond utilities came out to $20. Our cell phone bill was actually $66. And I do pay for life insurance for me and my son. I even though I quit my full-time job last year, they did give an option if I would still like to have the coverage. It's like half the coverage. It's not the full coverage that I would have had if I was still working for them. But I pay this. What is it? I pay this quarterly, and I will say between this one and the last one, this actually was at 30. I should have updated this. It was at $39 with the fee. I don't understand how it keeps going up every month. So that's something I'm going to have to call them about. It's only been a couple of dollars. Last time it was $36. This time it was $38. And then to pay it online, there was a fee of like $1 or something. So yeah, I'm going to have to check on that. But even though I put 36 here, just know it was $38. But I do have a buffer in the checking account. So those are the bills. So the bills itself for this pay period was $639 for the full month. And if this is your first video that you're watching, my rent, I pay half of my rent myself. The other half of my rent comes from some other income that I don't disclose. But you see, for my regular bills, it usually comes around $1,150. But obviously, this life insurance doesn't come up every month. So you figure, even if I say $1,150, I feel like that is still good, especially, being on a low income. I try to keep my expenses as low as possible. I have made changes throughout these years of budgeting and, getting rid of things, cutting back on things, pausing my gym memberships, things like that. So it is doable. But yeah, I'm just happy that I'm content with what I have and living at a low cost. Okay. I feel like all of these bills, it helps put something over our head, our house. Between everything, I feel like this is a very good amount for being such low or no income at this point. So I don't get as stressed out as I would have been in the past when my bills were higher. So let's talk about my variable expenses. For paycheck number 2, nothing for Jamez allowance. Gas, I'm going to do $50. We still have like $48 still left. Food out, we're going to do $30 for this 2-week period. Laundry will be at $20, house items $0, and maintenance at $0. Because Jamez just got his haircut like a week and a half ago. So yeah, so that was $100 right here. Money adds up fast. So between these bills for the second half, my paycheck number 2, So that's $739. As I mentioned, no income. I I do plan on calling the short-term disability people today, see what's going on. Because if they decline it, I doubt if I will have a job left. You guys, as I mentioned, asking for help is one of the hardest things for me. It's because things go up in limbo, and every single time I ask for help, it's just like a waiting game, and you don't know what happens. Because what happens if it gets declined? You're out of work for weeks at a time already, making doctor's appointments, seeing specialists. They got to fill out forms. And what if it gets declined? Like, where does that put you at? So yeah, it's it's not a good feeling, but I will say this time I'm prepared. Previous times in the past, I wasn't prepared. So I'm just happy to be at a point where my bills are low. I'm able to do everything, like decrease everything, and still live without all of the additional stress that this world brings. Okay. So, as I mentioned, we don't have any income. So what we have to do is take money from our savings. Now, once again, this is not my emergency savings. This is strictly me using my income tax refund that I got at the end of February. I put 6,000 up. I had put like 500 and something dollars from my last full-time paycheck when I was in training in there. So let's say that we started off with 6,500. So this is where we're at. I pre-planned me choosing a part-time job. Okay. I knew that I could last on a part-time job based on my expenses, how I live, and what money I had in savings. As I mentioned, I do not plan on touching my emergency savings, okay? This savings right here was strictly for me to be part-time I wanted to be part-time for at least a year or up to 2 years. I don't think it's going to last up to 2 years, but needless to say, this money was me knowing that I would have to pull from this every month, because when I was getting paychecks from my job, I was averaging per month $1,300, okay? $1,300. You see, look at this. For this whole month, we are at $1,423. So I would be in a deficit. And I knew that. Choosing a part-time job, that I would not make enough to cover. I can cover my bills, which were important, but these variable expenses, that was something that I knew I wasn't going to be able to cover all the time. And life happens, okay? What about the unexpected, right? In here, it does not include my car registration or property taxes. It doesn't include in here car repairs, which I've had a car repair of almost a little bit over $900 this year that pulled away from this money. My son, I paid $460 for my son to do his driving course, so he could be ready to get his license. So I paid that already, and that comes out of this savings. What else? What other large things? My son's mattress. There's other things, but those are like the larger things. Once again, I knew for a fact that my paychecks would not cover unexpected or my variable expenses in full. So I was prepared with using savings and not splurging with my income tax money, but setting it aside to live comfortably while I was working part-time and making sure that I'm able to take care of things and still live a life, give my son allowance, do maintenance for him to get haircuts and stuff like that, without going into debt. So right now, I'm going to transfer this $739 into my checking account, get these bills paid, get these funds transferred into the proper accounts. And yeah, we'll have 1,958 left. This is where we'll be ending at for October. As I mentioned in another video, I do have some things coming up. So yeah, y'all, things in life, you cannot control everything, but it's good to be prepared. And the thing is, I was prepared for me to once again do a part-time job, be at a lower income than what I'm used to, working less. And once again, I chose that for myself, to work part-time so I can focus on myself and my mental health. That was so important to me. But you can't live forever on savings, so you got to make changes. But I'm happy so far. I have been able to get off at work by 1 o'clock and still have the rest of the day to focus on myself and so forth. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you soon. All right, bye.